Hey YouTube! So today is probably the first day where I have done a video and I look semi-decent, like I did my makeup and my hair isn't crazy and I don't look like a hobo who has just like sneaked into someone's apartment and decided to live there while they're on vacation in Cancun. Today I want to do a video because I am cleaning my room and I kind of want to show you guys some stuff that I am finding in boxes and I thought I could find some really cool and embarrassing things to show you. This is like one of many notebooks. Even though I have my computer, sometimes I just like to write and I never have enough notebooks. I found a partially written chapter of a story that I was thinking of that I can't really remember. It's called The Harm and Happiness. Tells you how sad of a person I was back then. Let's see how good of a writer I was. I'm not quite sure how long ago this was written, but it says, Amelia was a frivolous girl, defined so by her desire for the extraordinary. She was never one to be content with what simplicity life had thus offered, which, upon thought, was rather ironic considering the circumstances. Imagine, if you will, a girl aged no more than 16, and that she had never been so pretty as to stir a man's eye. I must have been reading something very classical at this point in time. As someone who likes to write, I struggle to find my voice. And so sometimes when I've been reading something and then I want to start writing, I notice that I take on that tone of voice. She was the first to admit this, strangely enough, but had never seemed downtrodden by the fact. In all truth, Amelia quite imagined that at first glance she was miraculous, and that her beauty only faded when one went to look harder. When you are not satisfied with the initial impression, sometimes you analyze until nothing but the opposite remains. Of course, Amelia often chose to see nothing but beauty. Stranded in fantasy, many described it as, or perhaps it's an energetically optimistic view on life. She would retort in her usual dreamy manner, after all, what harm was there in happiness? Huh. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of harm. Maybe this was like when I was reading The Sorrows of Young Werther. I don't know. None, according to the books that she read. Reading was by far her favorite pastime. She would sit underneath the largest tree of the land and content herself with words for hours, only stirring when the night made it literally impossible to see. If only the sun never slept. Currently, Amelia was absorbed in a romantic tale of two lovers who were attempting to defy society's laws. Like every fucking romance story in the world. It was a common story, arguably cliche, yet she couldn't tear her attention away from the worn pages. Worn, I say, because they had been abused by her eyes many times before, but always just as passionately, so that she had practically burned holes into them. I feel like you could replace book here with the word man, and it would make just as much sense. Such was the way of Amelia. So she was apparently kind of plain Jane, but she thought she was beautiful until people got to know her, and then she was less beautiful. And she liked to read. Wow. Fucking fascinating. Yeah, I'm really, really hoping that I can find some poetry that I wrote when I was in high school. Because that would be really embarrassing. Here is a book I wrote. It was written in November 17th of 2000. That would have been 6th grade. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'll show you some beautiful pictures I drew. Yeah, there's the unthankful wolf. It apparently goes to school and has a backpack. I don't know how it puts the backpack on, especially since the backpack appears to be like half the size of its paws. Apparently, they also eat at a table and chair set. Well, one day when she was watching a show, a commercial came on telling how some kids in different countries lived. After she saw that, she realized how fortunate she was to have what she had. She would remember to be thankful for everything. Oh, that turned into a political story. The leaves are dust beneath my feet. How could have this, how could this giant have ever once been a seed? Once it was frail, would bend with the wind, so far from the home birds are nesting in. But me, I've barely broken ground, and my roots are tangled in each other. Life outside my walls leaves me withdrawn and mangled. I just want to be strong and tall, shed my leaves for new with the coming of fall. When will this little girl finally be a giant redwood tree? I feel in this jungle of beautiful like just another weed. They don't know how great I could be, and neither do I. I think my colors would be bright, and I think I would shine toward the sun, but I guess I've never known. I don't have the, I don't know, in me to find out. Well, I think I was in college for that one. I just figured that I would share that with you guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I love you all, and I don't care if this is the first video you've seen or if you've seen all of them. Like, you're all human beings, so I love you. And hopefully my writing is getting a little bit better since I did some of this stuff. I don't think my drawing will ever improve though. So, check you guys later. Have a good night.